Hello, everybody. Welcome to my weird and wonderful world. And this is a bit of a rant. I'm not going to be on this long, okay? It's just that I had been hanging out with my friend today, okay? And we were talking, and he told me a story about another friend of his that had an incident happen to him. And we had a pretty decent conversation. I'm hoping I can try to remember most of this. I did jot a couple of notes, but it was such a poignant and pretty important conversation we were having. It was basically about respect, about jumping to conclusions, about not being about like people who are being too judgmental, too quick to judge, and all that kind of cool stuff. We usually every time we hang out, we always come into these conversations about about how some people are being fundamental and being a good, like, we're basically looking at the good people between the good people and the bad people, and what's the difference, what makes, okay, I'm just going to get into the story. So apparently, okay, this guy, he another skateboarder. Yeah, because there's a bit of a skateboarding community in Moncton here. They get together. There's the Moncton Skate Park, but they built a brand new skate park, like in near a suburb. Okay, and it's not much of a skate park. It's all concrete and stuff, and it's near, I think, a community center or something. And and so he was kind of in the area at the skate park, skating around. Not, I don't know, kind of feeling uncomfortable because there was a lot of little kids around on bicycles and that, and mothers were coming and picking up their kids, and he was the only kind of adult around. And there's some older kids in the skating scene. Okay, this guy was a little older, but still like in a hardcore skater. So he's kind of, well, old enough to them to matter. Now I'm not sure the exact age in that, but I think it's in the 30s something. My best friend, he still skateboards. He's almost 50. He's almost 50. And he still skateboards. But this guy, I think he was in his 30s or something. Well, anyway, he's sticking. He's in the area, and he looks older than he is. Okay, but here he is hanging around this area, and apparently somewhere along, not too far from that area, there's a path. Okay, and wasn't there a creep in that path, kind of harassing some young girls, okay, or making these young girls feel uncomfortable? Apparently, he asked them something in that, okay. So the girls go to their parents or whatever, tells the mom, okay. Mom calls the cops, and of course, the only person they can see is is that guy at the skate park, okay? Not him. This guy is gentle. He would never be like that. He was not him at all, okay? But apparently, so the cops come and they start questioning him, asking him his ID, and giving him, interrogating him, basically, just like asking and, like, tricking him, like to ask, like lying to him, say, oh well, you were seen doing. Cops always say that. You could be nowhere near there, but they'll say that you were seen in the area, or you were seen doing this, and you like, no, you show me the. Now those girls should have like verified that that was indeed the right person before the cops started accusing that guy as as an accessory or whatever, as a perpetrator. But no, well, sorry, I hit the mic. But no, like, and all that garbage over somebody like, mistaken identity, a mistaken identity. And now the guy feels bad about being in that area. He doesn't want to go back in that area. And in fact, since that incident, okay, it was like what, 2 weeks ago? Since that incident, that guy does not even want to go to that park at all anymore. He doesn't want to even go near there. And nobody goes to that park. That park is like a ghost town now. For the last 2 weeks, there's nobody that goes and visits that park. My like even my best friend who skateboards doesn't even want to go to that park because of that incident. He doesn't want to get accused of talking to little kids and stuff, or whatever. So yeah, some people need to get their facts straight and before they start accusing other people of wrongdoing, Like why didn't the girls actually say no, it's not him? Why didn't, no, the cops had to go and do their investigation, and so the patrol doubled in that area since that incident. People don't feel safe in the area, and yeah, 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 and nobody's at that park whatsoever. It's like they just freshly put that park in there. It's a new park, brand new park. So yeah, now those skaters feel more comfortable going to the skate park, okay, which I don't blame them. They rather, yeah, it's a better skate park. They feel more free. You know, they can act more fundamental and be themselves. But no, it just takes one Karen to ruin it for people. That the neighborhood is on a tight watch, with tight grip because of a mistaken identity. And I don't know if they caught their actual guy or not, or if there even was an actual guy. It's just I don't know. It's just a strange story that he told me today. But it started a conversation about how judgmental people can get, you know, and how people criticize and or easily how people get easily offended for stupid things. Now, I'm going to change the subject just a slight bit, and because it's still kind of related, but a little bit different. Is I want to talk about people who getting offended. You know, yeah, this is the second part to this video. How easily people get offended nowadays. More so now, I find personally people can get offended too easy, especially on the internet. Like, people are up in arms. If you don't like a certain band that they like, oh, they'll criticize you and put you down for it, and give you thumbs down and all that good work. But I don't need your permission to like the music I like, and I don't need your permission to not like the music I don't like, okay? That I'm just going to throw that out there, and neither do any of you. Who cares if other people like your music or not? Why is it so important? Like, again, when I used to live with a Rush fan, all the at least over like 20 years ago now, it's like, wow, over 20 years ago I lived with a Rush fan that that was obsessed with Rush. And if you didn't like Rush too, like he liked Rush, you were not you were below him. You were not as cool or as good or as important as he was. Because I'm a Rush fan, and if you don't like Rush, I love Rush. Okay, I love Rush, but I'm not going to be as pompous and 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 a snob. I'm not going to be a snob for music. I'm not going to say my music is better than your music and I'll prove it and blah blah blah. No, no, no. Anytime anybody puts your music down, don't worry. I mean, just like it really is. I don't care if anybody likes Tool or not. I know a lot of people like Tool, and those are the people I want to associate with. The people who don't like Tool, yeah, you're free to like whatever you like. If you don't like Tool, it's not gonna stop me from sleeping at night. It's not gonna stop me from enjoying my favorite band and my favorite music. Somebody can tell me, oh, I don't like Sparks, or I don't like King Gizzard, or I don't like anything, any kind of band that I like. I don't care if they like it or not. I don't need your permission to like what I like. You know So if I don't like Backstreet Boys or if I don't like George Jones, then so be it. I just think that's funny. I just think that's funny how people would like how people will just put you down for not liking a band that they like. If you don't like something, I think I think yeah, I think well, Todd McFarlane said it best. There was a cool documentary like when he did his Bond like cartoon thing. He came when he put that on DVD. There was a there was a fourth disc of interviews in that, and he was talking about how mothers and that like they don't like and he made the best little analogy. He says, if you don't like, just say you don't like carrots, okay, you hate carrots, and you think all carrots should be outlawed and banned and carrots, the people who like carrots, and want to eat carrots, they should be able to eat carrots. But to say, I hate carrots. Take all carrots out of the markets. They're the worst thing out there. I can't stand carrots. They're gross. They're ugly. You know, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. If you don't like the carrots, don't buy the carrots. Don't eat the carrots. Buy whatever you like. Buy the things you like. Just ignore the things you don't like. I do, or I try to. And even if I can't ignore it, I still I'm not going to criticize it. I really don't. I'm just stating that I don't like it, but it's perfectly fine for you to like it, if you want to like it, because I didn't grow up in your background. If you grew up on a farm, plowing fields and and you're probably gonna like country music. If you're a soccer mom and you're carpooling all day and your kids like all these cartoon songs and baby songs and that, you're probably gonna get into that too. Just saying. So why be all offended if somebody doesn't like your music? Now I wasn't gonna make this that long, but one last point. When it comes to Look, okay, when it comes to being offended, you have the right to be offended. You can be offended. I get offended. There's stuff, I can no, I can be offended, but you don't get offended. You can be offended, but just don't get offended. I don't get offended about anything. Look, I've said this before on my channel, and I'm going to say it again to the people who have not heard this before. But I get offended. Okay, no, sorry. I want to correct that. I can be offended by what offends me. Okay, what offends me is when I see people outside, guys outside with no shirts on, with their bare chested. Okay, I hate that. I loathe that. I can't stand looking like okay, like it's such a okay. It could be a hot, super hot day out there, okay? Like people are sweating. A guy, yeah, they can take off their sweater. What can a woman do? They can put on a bikini, if they want. If they want to cover up, they're not really leaving anything to the imagination. You can still see all the form and everything, but they'll put on a bikini, you know? Like I don't know. It's just I get grossed out and I find it disgusting when a guy is outside, big ass belly, hairy chest, ugly tattoos, whatever, all acting all tough and tight, trying to show their muscles or whatnot. And anytime I see some guy out outside without his shirt on, I don't know. I I feel offended. But do I have any right to get offended? Now, I would never, ever, 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 ever go up to anybody and tell them to their face, that offends me. Can you put your shirt on, please? Because I'm offended. I'm offended by your ugly chest. I don't want to look at. It's ugly, and I don't want to look at it. See how ridiculous that sounds? You know, being getting offended. You can be offended. Just getting offended. I that 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 just I don't know. I don't know. Because when you get offended, it's just yeah, yeah. I don't know. Okay, I think I've rambled and ranted a little bit enough. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love life. I love people in that. I just think people need to get over themselves. I think people need to lighten up. I think people. I think. Okay, one last thing I have to say before I go. Okay, lately and since the pandemic a couple years ago, stores, especially superstore in that, have put these railings and gates and guards up into stores. So now you gotta pass these gates and these things, and you have to go all you got. They make sure you go all the way around, and you have to come in through this area. And there's no more walking in and out of a store of a grocery store. No, 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 no. The everything is all regulated and sectioned off and Gestapoed. They just I call it Gestapoed. They Gestapoed the grocery stores. And it's annoying. I understand it. I completely understand why they do it, and they did it, but it's so annoying and just so aggravating and just such a it wastes your time and because sometimes you go into the store and you're looking for a certain item, and if they don't have the item that you're looking for, or whatever, and you just and you find out, okay, they don't have what you're looking for, and you walk out. You can't just plainly walk out. You have to go all the way around the maze, you know. And I don't know. I don't get that. I don't understand that. I find it's just so restrictive, and so like everything. I don't know. I just wish life was just a little bit more free, just a little bit more open and honest, and people didn't get uptight, and people didn't get in your case, and I don't know. I just wish the world was a better place, like everybody else, and I wish people were happy, safe, and didn't have to worry about stuff like that. I have a love for I do have a love for humanity, and I just can't. I don't know. It just kind of saddens me to see the world going in that direction. Wow, already 17 minutes. I wasn't planning on babbling this long, but okay, I'm just gonna let you go. This is a weird kind of video for me. Trust me, I'm going to be doing much more. I am going to do. I will be doing much more music-based videos in the next day or so. I'm going to do a new ranking of my Sparks albums for sure. Like I say, the contest is still coming up soon. I'm not exactly sure when. I'm still hammering out the details. I still don't know exactly what I want to do yet with that. But when I figure it out, and two more, you'll see, two more, and then yeah, something's going to be solid. All right, okay. I love you all out there. Please, please, please be safe. Take care. I will see you on the flip side, and please, everybody, have a great day, evening, morning, night, afternoon, wherever you may be. Peace, everybody.